Hey everyone, my name is Hydro and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to enable the Education Edition option within Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And note that you do not have to be in the Minecraft beta version, it's just that I'm signed up to the beta currently. And now let's start by going ahead and creating a brand new world. Alright, so once you're here, just scroll all the way down to right below cheats. And yes, you will have to enable cheats in order to play in Minecraft Education Edition, unfortunately. And now I'm just going to head into creative for my very own convenience. And now let's jump into the world. And I'm going to be showing you guys all the new items and features that you get within Minecraft Education Edition. Alright, so now that we are in the world, you'll find a couple of new things in your inventory, and we're going to be starting with the elements. And now there are a ton of elements over here, as you guys can see. And now I'm not sure what all of them do because, I never really paid attention in chemistry class. And over here, under chemistry equipment, we have some new blocks called the element constructor, the compound creator, the lab table, and the material reducer. But we'll get to more on that in just a second. And over here, we have the periodic table. Now, this took me a ton of time to build, especially since I had to copy it off of Google. So a like to this video would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, so I'm sure most of you guys will probably know what the periodic table is. And forgive me if anything is wrong. I'm not much of a chemistry expert myself, but now we're going to be heading into the chemistry equipment, starting with the element constructor. And I'm not sure how many of you guys know this, but there are certain things called atoms, electrons, and protons. No, neutrons, electrons, and protons. And they basically combine and make an element. And so it has to make sense in the real world. So let me just take out my notes and see. Okay, yeah. So sodium, Na, all right. So that has 11 electrons, 11 neutrons, and 11 protons. And as you guys can see, now we get a sodium block. And then we can use the sodium block and combine it with chlorine in the compound reactor to give us some common salt. And now I'm just going to head over to the chest. And as you guys can see, so there are a ton of items that you can craft using the compound creator. And you cannot get these items through your normal inventory. You either have to use the compound creator or use cheats or even use the lab table, which we'll get to later on in the video. And as you just saw, I made some water using 2 hydrogen blocks and 1 oxygen block. And now I'm just going to go ahead and grab some sodium and some chlorine and make some common salt and show you guys how it works. So I'm just going to place the sodium and the chlorine together within the compound creator. And as you guys can see, so we got some salt, and that's just not what you can make. If I had to cover every single thing that you could make, it would probably take 2 to 3 hours. And here is some examples of stuff you can get, such as crude oil, benzene, and even iron sulfide, to just name a few. And right next to them are the formulas on how you make them. So suppose I want to make calcium chloride, just chuck in 1 calcium and 2 chlorine blocks, and there you get calcium chloride. And then there's mercury chloride and potassium chloride and a lot of great stuff. So I'll just link the website down below from where I got all of this so that you can check it out and make your very own cool items in the game. All right, and now we're moving on to the lab table, and basically over here what you can do is combine multiple elements and substances together to form really cool stuff. And as you can see over here, we combine salt, iron, charcoal, and some water to get a really cool new block called the heat block. And that's basically it for the lab table. And over here you can see a cool new red torch, and that's basically by adding mercury chloride and a regular torch together in a crafting table. And the way you get mercury chloride is by adding 1 block of mercury and 2 blocks of chlorine in a compound creator, and that's basically how you get the mercury chloride. So it's really simple, and then you just place it with a torch in a crafting table, and that's how you get a cool new red torch, which is the same as a normal torch, but it just looks a lot cooler. And now I'm actually going to show you how to use the lab table, and basically you have to place these in the exact same order. And yes, there is a formula for that. And like I said before, I'll link the website down below from where I got all of these formulas. And basically you place salt, and then after that you place iron, then charcoal, and then water, and then you get the heat block. It kind of throws a little explosion, and then basically boom, you have the heat block with you. And over here we have the material reducer. So I'm just going to head into my inventory and grab some blocks. So say sand, a chisel sand block. And remember that this won't work for all blocks. It only works for a certain amount of blocks. And so I'm just going to place this sand, a chisel sandstone within the material reducer. And boom, you get a ton of new elements. So in total, we have 33 silicon and 67 oxygen in all together. And so it only works for some blocks, as I said before. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a dirt block from my inventory and show you guys what all you get from it. And boom, so we basically got a ton of new elements. And as you guys can see, so the maximum amount of elements you can get using a material is 9. And most of the blocks will probably give 3 to 4 elements. And as I said before, not all of the blocks can be used in the reducer. So you cannot use any block you want in the material reducer. There have to be certain blocks such as sand, dirt, and I'll list a few in the description down below so that you can use it and test it out and see what all cool stuff you get. And that's going to be a wrap on today's video. So if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And in the meantime, go ahead and check out some of my other videos that are on your screen right now. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Now, goodbye.